on the 19th of June 2023. So I should do my best and come with commissioner. Then I asked him to call him because he told me you have his number. He has come to your house. But all the same, a big man who is a chief, well respected at the time, not now, has asked you to do something for him, not any bad thing. Not any bad thing. That come with your commissioner, COP, Mr. George Alex Mensah. I told him to call him, and he called again. He called again. The calls were coming, one too many. And I was a bit surprised that what at all does this man need me for? For him to call me 12 consecutive times. 12. The last call was 5:57. More than 3 hours. He still wanted to see me. Never knew there was any malice. And I thought that just as he called me some time ago to go and told me something, let me go and listen to him. And then when I started going, I had a call from, I think I had a call from Commissioner earlier. Yes, around 4. Around 4 thereabout. 4 thereabout. That, Asari, where are you? We are waiting for you. Me, I didn't know anything. So I went. And when I went, if you listen to the tape, the communication was already going on. Because why I didn't want to go initially was that you wanted me to recommend somebody to you. The person has been recommended. The person is in the office. He has come. Me, I don't need anything from you. I don't want you to do anything for me. I am not a commissioner. I haven't gotten to even AC or chief superintendent to give me a course to have that idea, mindset that I'm closer to the seat. I'm nowhere closer. So the person that is closer to the seat is there with you. But since the big man, my boss himself, has called me, I have to be respectful and do them the honor. So exactly so, I went there, met them, they were talking. Then he asked me, Commander, what is your opinion on the performance of the IGP? And I told him my opinion. I'm done, my lord.
You know, this narration is good for us. But I asked you a question which triggered the narration. So let me read to you what Chief Bugri Nabu said. And this is the third meeting of the committee. And I'm reading from page number 7. Have you had the benefit of our proceedings?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Council. So, Council, get to the proceedings dated Monday, the 28th day of August, 2023. And then page number 7. And I'm dealing with the last 2 paragraphs. A little bit down. I want to quote what Chief Bugri Nabu said. I even promised Commander Asare that if he would come himself, then I'll go with him to the president so that I would sit down and he would talk directly to the president. He told me that day he was traveling, so he wanted a man called JB, who is also a police superintendent to come and join me. Okay. Okay. He would equally say the same thing that they know about the IGP. So they called JB on phone. He said a lot on phone. And I told him that Sunday, 3 o'clock, I'm going to book an appointment and go with him to the president. He said yes. He would be with me at that time. On the Sunday, I called JB and asked him to meet me at Afrikiko, and I'll drive him to the president's place. He said he was in the Eastern region for a program. I said, but you said you were coming. You people came to my office for such an important thing, and now I'm going to be with you to meet the president, and you will not go. I was so disappointed. Brother Nassar, it seems to me that Chief Bugri Nabo is saying that you introduce Superintendent JB for purposes of going to see the president on the matter. What is your response to that?
Honorable Chair, that's not true. That's not true. Because I'm the type that I know how to present my issues, assuming without admitting that that was true. Assuming without admitting that that was true. I will be eager enough to go and meet the president myself. Yes, when granted the opportunity. Because how many people can have that opportunity to meet the president? Then I snap a picture with him, go and put it in my hall. That people will see that I'm also somebody. Yes, so I'm not getting where this is coming from. I'm shocked. I'm surprised.
So is it your case that Chief Bugri Nabo is inventing a story against you?
Exactly so, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Members of the committee, you've heard your man. These were the few introductions we have to do. And now you have the space to interrogate him. Who is ready to start? Yes, my good brother, you can start.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. Superintendent Asare, how are you?
I'm good, Honorable Chair.
You know, if I am on the mic, I expect you to be in a comfortable zone. We've known each other for years, and you know what I stand for. You know my level of integrity, that when I ask a question, it's not a personal question. This is a public hearing. The public wants answers. It's an issue that has attracted so much public attention. The public is interested. So to the best of your ability, you provide answers to the questions that I will ask. But never in your dream think that it is Peter who is asking questions. Yes, Peter is asking questions, but I'm asking questions because the public needs to know. So you assist the committee to appreciate what we are doing here. Before I ask my first question, I also want us to appreciate the fact that the Ghana Police Service is not on trial in Parliament. The committee has a simple mandate vis-à-vis the tape that had leaked. So we are just going strictly according to the mandate given us. First question. You spent 27 years in the service. When were you in the Upper West region?
Honorable Chair, I was in the Upper region in the year when the 2012 election results was about to be declared. No, the election petition was about to be declared. That was when. So they declared the results whilst I was in WA, and I left WA in 2015.
Between 2012 and 2015, did you ever see or meet Chief Buguru Nabo in WA?
Honorable Chair, as I indicated earlier, the first time I met Chief Buguru Nabo was when his son, Prophet Emmanuel Tay Bugri Nabo, took me to his office that he was going to say hello to his father.
So the answer is no. No. Yes.
Thank you. Chief Bugri Nabo, in his evidence, told this committee that the first day you met him and he asked how you got to know him, you said you got to know him in the Upper West region when he used to come to Alaji Short. And Chief Bugri Nabo acknowledged the fact that, oh yes, Alaji Short is a strong MPP member, and he used to come there. So you can't be wrong. Are you indicating to the committee that this is not true from Chief Bugri Nabo?
Honorable Chair, it is not true.
For your 27 years of experience, can we help this committee, and of course the public that is working, that is watching, how are IGPs appointed?
Honorable Chair, just as you rightly said, what I know is that appointment of the Inspector General of Police is the sole prerogative of the President of the land, of the Republic. And that is what the Constitution says, Article 200, Clause 1, that the President, in consultation with the Council of State, shall appoint the Inspector General of Police.
By implication, it is the prerogative of the President, as you said. Is it very okay to also lobby for the position?
Honorable Chair, this is my personal opinion, which has gotten nothing to do with the tape. But if I'm to express my opinion, lobbying has been with man from antiquity. It is not today that lobbying started. Lobbying is all over, everywhere. In some jurisdictions, there are some bodies that are called lobbyists. If you want them to lobby for you, you just engage them. You do the work for you. But I haven't lobbied for anything before.
If I may just come clear to the real question I want to ask you. Have you been contracted by anybody to lobby for him or her?
No, Mr. Chair.
If I may ask, you so much experience in lobbying, in other words, you have so much information about lobbying. Have you ever
said so? That he has so much information about lobbying.
Mr. Chair, he said lobbying is as old as man.
Yes, he was making a general statement.
Okay.
But he's not said he has so much information about lobbying. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let me reframe my question. Superintendent Asare, in your experience regarding this matter under investigation, have you learned anything about lobbying and ethics?
No, Mr. Chair.
As a police officer, Chief Buguru Ndabu's office is not within the police facility. You felt very free in his office to discuss matters of the police, to the point that you are even suggesting to him names that are clear for you, so competent to become Inspector General of Police should the opportunity to appear. Is that very professional to do?
Honorable Chair, it was a private conversation.
Counsel, if you may avert your mind to page 23 of the original transcription of the original tape. Page 23. I believe the third paragraph, that starts with Alaji. Alaji speaks. That is Chief Bugnaru speaks. Yeah, apart from him, there are two other commissioners who are also having their people watching. And Speaker 3, that is Superintendent Asari, he said, Enes and Mamitiwa. If I may ask for clarity, who is Enes and who is Mamitiwa?
Honorable Chair, these names have already been furnished the committee by me not quite long ago.
Okay.
COP Mr. Ernest Ousu and COP Mami Yatiwa Adanka.
Thank you very much for the refreshment. Alaji says, but as for Mami, and you came in to say, out, out, out. Why is Mami so out in your mind?
Mr. Chair, how this out came, I don't know about it. I can't say anything about it. It could also mean, because it was a private discussion, it was a friendly conversation with somebody that we thought was respectable. Out. When somebody is out, to me, is the person is exceptionally good. To me.
It is quite interesting that the context of the conversation, you were endorsing some recommendations by mentioning names. Okay? And Chief Bugnabu told you two other names had come. I think you were smart enough to know the system to say the two names I know. It is Mami and Enes. And Chief Bugnaru said, but, please underline that word, but, as for Mami, and he said out. Look at the context and look at the explanation you are providing to the committee now. But as for Mami, and he said out, out, out.
Honorable Chair, for your records, I want to say that how this out came, I cannot sit here and tell. I don't know anything about it. And if indeed it was said, it wasn't up to any bad intention, but for a positive one.
Thank you. On the 19th of June.
Superintendent.
Mr. Chair.
Let's establish something before you proceed. The out attributed to you, did that come from you?
Honorable Chair, I did indicate that I have no idea of this out one, but assuming without admitting, quote and unquote, that I did make that comment, it could be on a positive sense.
Superintendent Asare, do you know the role of the police council vis-a-vis appointment of inspectors general of police?
Mr. Chair, I have never had the opportunity to work with the police council, but with the appointment of the Inspector General of Police, I have made it clear to the committee.
If I can recall what you said, it is a prerogative of His Excellency the President to appoint in consultation with the Council of State. And you and I know that the Police Council provides strategic and policy advice on matters of the police to the President. The question I want to ask, which role do you think Chief Bukrunabo will be playing to facilitate the appointment of an IGP?
Honorable Chair, Chief Bukrunabo, as we all know, is a politician. He was the regional chair for the MPP in the Northern region. And now, he is a National Council member. And when we met him in the course of our conversation, he did indicate that he recommended the current IGP to the President. So he made a statement. And if a politician tells you this, as to whether or not it is true, you leave it as it is. Because I don't need any appointment. And I wasn't, again, as well lobbying for anybody.
If you look at Regulation 82, 1CI, and if I may read that just to refresh your memory, Regulation 82 of CI 76, in other words, Ghana Police Service Regulation 2012, 82. Right. Major offenses. It is a major offense for an officer to engage in an activity outside official duties, which is likely to involve the officer in political controversy. I am very happy you know that Chief Bukrunabo is a politician, and a very seasoned one as such, the former regional chairman of the MPP, a National Council member of the MPP. Discussing matters of the appointment of IGP with Chief Bukrunabo and mentioning the name of the Executive Secretary to the President, Mr. Asante Bediatu's name, in the discussions. Do you, in your own professional mind, believe that this will not stoke political controversies?
Mr. Chair, we would want to object to this question. It is our considered view that answering this question may lead to the witness incriminating himself. Because, number one, it is a legal question. Honorable member has already referred to the police service regulations, the title is Major Offenses, and he going to answer in that manner may lead to unforeseen circumstances. So, my Lord, we would want to object to it.
You see, my humble view is that he was just telling him what he should know. You know, he's a senior police officer, understand? So when he brings to the fore the position of the law vis-a-vis his conduct, he should just comment on it. Whether he wanted to violate the laws, you know, of the service or not, or what he said is something else. I don't want to have to answer it, but I do not believe that this can give him troubles. Because, bear in mind, the trouble already is on the video. Nobody's going to create trouble for anybody. The trouble is already on the video. The audio, sorry. And the whole world has heard the trouble. So, please, I don't believe that this is an unfair question and it will have self-incriminating consequences for Secretary Asare.
Except that, Chairman, except that, sorry, maybe Honorable Peter should lay the foundation, whether, you know, those words attributable to him are true. That would then form the basis for the second question, because there's a certain assumption that he said them without first establishing from him.
You see, this is Superintendent. The reason why I'm quiet looking at you like that is that when he's saying certain things and attribute them to you, and you know that he didn't say it, I mean, what do you do? So if he comes out with an assumption and then you believe that the assumption is wrong, I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. It depends on you. So, Counsel, I mean, I know that he's a very senior police officer and he has the benefit of 2 lawyers. So listen to the questions critically, because what he's trying to, put across is an assumption of truth. And whether you accept the assumption of truth or not is up to you. So, Honorable, would you want to probably rephrase and help him to answer? But trust me, if it's self-incriminating, we will let you know that, look, he shouldn't answer. But I don't believe this one is self-incriminating.
I'm grateful.
Thank you very much, Chairman. But Superintendent Asare himself knows that I will not push him in the corner, that he will suffocate.
No, he doesn't know. You used to be a police officer. At that time, as if you are romancing a person to put him in a corner to suffocate. So I don't trust your bona fides, no.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Let me lay proper foundation.
Is what? Amazing. Amazing. Well, but I can assure you that by my training as a criminal attorney, you should be careful whether he's not leading you into a blind alley. You have those things. This is what people use in tricking witnesses and all that, but...
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Let me just lay a foundation. Page 22 of the original transcript. Counsel, if you may just get it. Page 22. In the middle, after Speaker 3 says, thank you, Alhaji continues, if I will try to read the tree. Semeka Chiremo se Mikura bomb. Ma two bomb bako. To wait, I told you I had a bomb. I dropped one. That is Alhaji. And you came in to say, Mete se Odi bedia tu kra juma. Eyame say on kanokre enchirano. To wait, I heard he reprimanded Bediatu. It seems he doesn't tell him the truth. Alaji came back to say, "We'll see." To wait, pardon me, and you came in. Me say, say, President no, the Bedu Atuajuma, say, he has not been telling him the truth. To wait, I said, I heard the President reprimanded Bedu Atu for that. He has not been telling him the truth. Alaji says, yes, yes, yes. And Commissioner Mensah ended that page by saying, Bedu Atu does not tell the President what is going on. And I'm asking the question, you are a senior police officer. Here is what you said about the involvement of Bedu Atu on this whole matter. If you go to page 23, page 23, just the first paragraph. And then, Menina Nado, Wafasi, say wunim area mama. Or see, now everybody has put a blame on Bedu Atu. And the question I was just asking, the President's Wafasi area mama is coming into the picture. The Executive Secretary to the President is coming into the picture, and presumably the statement in there, which is quite dangerous, the President's Executive Secretary doesn't tell him the truth. And I'm asking the question, if you look at Regulation 82, 1C1, which talks about the ability to be able to prevent yourself or absolve yourself from political controversy. And as a professional police officer, I was just asking a simple question. Do you believe that this does not qualify that you stoke political controversy in the system?
Mr. Chair, I think this question comes in two forms. One, comment about Nana Asante Bedu Atu. And the second form is also about area mama. As I don't know, speaker, I should ignore it. Honorable Chair, these matters were strictly private and confidential matters, which I did not intend to make it public, and I do not intend to do so.
Thank you. Since you do not intend to progress from that angle, and Chairman is quiet, it means that Chairman doesn't have a problem with your position. But if I may end, do you know how Chief Bugri Nabo and Superintendent JB met? Do you know how they met?
Such a, well, we want to object to this question.
About it. What was the question? I was being distracted by a consultant on some other matter. What was the question?
Chief Bugunaru indicated to this committee that you introduced Superintendent JB to him. But I was just asking a very simple question. Do you know how they met? Whether it was your introduction that qualifies for the first meeting, or they knew each other before you got them together?
Mr. Chair, we think that the question, no proper foundation has been raised in this question. The witness has already indicated that he never did any introduction between JB and Alaji. So therefore, asking, do you know how they met? It creates the impression that he has already admitted there was a meeting and he has to now explain how they met. We believe that this is not proper.
Yes, but you see, this is not even a matter of law. You understand? The big man here should be able to say that, Honorable, I've never admitted I've met, I've introduced JB, and therefore your question is wrong in the first instance, and then you go on. They are very simple matters, though. You see, the legalities is what should concern you. But I'm sure he's very, very, very good enough to understand, I mean, if you like, the inherent contradiction of what he's saying. Because you've told the committee, I've never introduced JB to anybody. So you should repeat it. I expected him to say that, no. So, Councillor, I think your client is very safe and very intelligent. And both of them are policemen. Yeah, so you should understand where he's going. You know, the police, they have a way of asking questions, but when another policeman is answering another policeman, there shouldn't be difficulty. Unless there's a legal trap, and trust all of us here. We'll protect him. You know the number of lawyers who are here? 1, 2, 3. We'll protect him. The great consultant too. So I do not believe this is a serious, I mean, question which is self-incriminating or, yeah, but I'm only craving the indulgence of my colleague to learn. And I'm also praying that Superintendent Asare is listening well. Please.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Before I land, you know, as the chair puts it, none of us here has an interest to incriminate anybody. No. Chief Burinabu made some assertions, and if it had to do with you, it is an opportunity for me to put it before you so that at least you have the chance to say yes or no, because it means a lot for your integrity. Chief Burinabu appeared before the committee and said, I spoke to Superintendent Jebi on phone in my office, and Superintendent Asare was there. Is this assertion true or not?
Mr. Chair, the assertion is false.
Mr. Chair, if I am permitted to stand down now, if I may come back later, in other words, this is how far I can go. Thank you.
Honorable Patrick Boama will have his turn.
Thank you, Chairman. I have a few questions, some few questions for Superintendent Asare, or Chief.
Superintendent, Honorable Chair.
Very well, thank you. You've told this committee that your closeness to Chief Nabu was as a result of his son being your spiritual father.
That is so, Honorable Chair.
How long have you known the son, please?
Honorable Chair, if I'm not mistaken, I've known Prophet for about 2 years. I know him, but that time he wasn't my friend. But since we had that bond, it is about 2 years now.
Just 2 years?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
I see. Does he operate a church, or he's just freelance?
Honorable Chair, he only prays for me anytime we come into contact. And it was a friend that introduced him to me. That is a pastor. He is a prophet. He's very good. And ever since I met him, I've seen some changes. He's giving me some directions, and some of them worked. Yes.
So, have you? I want to yield to the chair for.
Yes. So, Lieutenant. You said a man should prophesy for you, and as a senior police officer, you didn't investigate his bona fides, where he was functioning from, and the rest of it. Is that what you want this committee to believe?
Honorable Chair, I know he has a church, but I have never been there. He prays for me on phone. Yes, and I could remember there was a time. No. When was that? The second time I went there, the second time I went to Bugri Nabu's office on his invitation, I suggested to him after our deliberation that he should help the son to get his own church. For according to him, he's following somebody and it's not helping him. So he wants to have his own church. So Alaji should help him. And Alaji asked me, as you told me, he prays for you. Does his prayers work? And I asked, hey, Alaji, your own son, you don't trust him. Why do you do this? Just help him find his own church, whether his prayers work or it doesn't work. That one, we will take it from there. What he needs is his own church building. Yes, I remember I had a discussion with Chief Bugri Nabu.
But did he prophesy to you that you'll be taped? Or he didn't prophesy to you that you'll be taped?
Honorable Chair, even our almighty TV Joshua, that is known in our sub-region as most powerful spiritually, his church building collapsed on his church members and he didn't know. So it will be difficult for men of God to see everything. Sometimes certain things may escape you, as human as you are.
Honorable Boama, you are in the prophetic. Move on.
I don't want to assume that responsibility, Chairman. So you had 3 encounters with Chief Nabu. 1 with his son. 2 when he invited you and asked for suggestions for a new IGP. The 3rd one was a meeting of the 19th June 2023 at 5:57 p.m. You said to us, good. Where were you in 2012, 2016, and 2020 during the elections?
Honorable Chair, 2012, I was the District Crime Officer, Tesano, and Honorable member was my MP then in Iowa, Okankwe Central then. And 2016...
2012, I was a candidate.
You were a candidate, yes. You were a candidate, that's correct. And you won.
I did.
Yes. And 2016, I was in Mamprobi. 2020, headquarters. Headquarters, police, national headquarters.
So, you've never supervised an election as a district commander or a divisional commander?
Mr. Chair, the election 2012, I supervised the election in my area of responsibility in Tesano.
But you are not a district commander or the divisional commander then?
I was made the one in charge the task force, the security task force. But the deployments and everything were done by my commanders, the district commander and the divisional commander.
Okay. This whole inquiry or probe is about suspicions of a politically favored Inspector General of Police who could influence the outcome of an election. That's why I asked you where you were in 2012, 2016, and 2020. Can you tell this committee whether that is possible?
Honorable Chair, if you may repeat the question.
The discussions between Commissioner Mensah and Chief Nabu was to get a favorable IGP who could assist the government of the day in elections. If you listen to the tape well.
Mr. Chair, the question is now clear. The meeting that we had with Chief Bugri Nabu had gotten nothing to do or had nothing to do with politics. At all. And I repeat, at all. Chief Bugri Nabu invited me that I should come with him. My first invitation, unless, of course, somebody tells me, if somebody is a politician, when even he asks you of your name, you are not supposed to answer. Politicians are our brothers. They are our friends. Some of them are our mates. Like my brother, Honorable Peter Tobu. I cannot say Peter Tobu is now a politician, so I shouldn't talk to him. No, it got nothing to do with politics at all.
So, this mafia, supposed mafia in elections that was discussed on the tape, and you have the benefit of the transcript. Do you agree with that, please? Supposed mafia. Exhibit 1, page 4. I know you were not there, yes, but you've had the benefit of going through the transcript. And I want to find out from you whether you believe that in elections or organization of elections, as was discussed in the tape, there can be some mafia work, in quote, as was stated on record.
Honorable Chair, as you rightly said, when that particular statement was made, I wasn't there. But listening to the tape, if I'm to give a comment on that, what I have to say is that you have had the opportunity to see my work in your constituency. And Honorable Peter will attest to the fact. I'm the type, my 1 is 1, my 2 is 2. I don't lie. My 1 is 1, my 2 is my 2. What is good for the good is equally good for the gander. What you aren't supposed to do, I would never encourage you to do it, especially if I'm supervising or I'm part of the operational team. No way, anybody that knows me will tell you. You can do background check about me. I don't believe in mafiaism.
You see, it's not that you don't believe in mafia. He's just trying to pick your brain that's a serious police officer of long standing. Is it the case, or is it not, that in electoral competition, there could be tendencies of people trying to use mafia so they win elections? That's all he's asking.
Honorable, that is something that is supposed not to be entertained. It is not a good thing.
Yes, it's to be entertained. I agree. We know it's very wrong. But is there a likelihood, or can it even be the practice, based on your experience, that in electoral competition of the nature we have in this country, as to who should be an MP and a president, some people could use mafia tactics? Do you believe in these things, or you think that is somebody's imagination?
Oh, Honorable Chair, mafia tactics, we hear after elections. People complain. News, publications, you hear that this thing happened here, this thing happened here. And I see them to be mafia tactics, which shouldn't be entertained.
So you want to admit that there can be the possibility of the political players trying to use mafia tactics to get electoral advantage over their opponents as a senior police officer?
Exactly so,
yes.
Honorable Chair.
That's all he's trying to say.
So, Superintendent, on that fateful day when you went to Chief's office at about 5:57 p.m., who were the other people in that office?
My deductions, I saw that Chief Bugri Nabu wanted to tell us that there's going to be a possible changes in the top hierarchy of our work, and that it could be possible Commissioner will get a nod.
So
as to whether or not he was lying, I cannot tell.
So the discussions were on who becomes the next IGP.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And you had arranged for Commissioner Mensah to see Chief Nabu.
Honorable Chair, that is not it. As I did indicate, our visitation to his office was at the instance of Chief Bugri Nabu. I didn't arrange whatsoever for any meeting.
So the entire police service, Commissioner Mensah meeting Chief Nabu, there couldn't have been any other officer to have joined that meeting than Superintendent Mensah. Sorry, please.
Honorable Chair, it was because I introduced or recommended him to Chief Bugri Nabu.
So you were the fixer.
Honorable Chair, fixer as in what?
The go between Commissioner Mensah and Chief Nabu.
Honorable Chair, I will dispute this. That's not true. That can't be correct.
But you are the same person who mentioned the names of Commissioner Tiwa, Ernest Ousu, and Yohono to Chief Nabu.
That is correct, Honorable Chair.
So you were in the process of influencing the appointing authority through Chief Nabu for any of these 4 people to be the next IGP?
Honorable Chair, I was just expressing my opinion. Just an expression of opinion. Because I do not have the capacity to appoint an Inspector General of Police. I'm too small.
After that meeting in Osu, you met with COP Mensah.
No, Mr. Chair.
You didn't call him?
I cannot recall, but he is the type, you know, Mr. George Alex Mensah is the quiet type. Very quiet, he doesn't talk. My honorable brother, Honorable Peter Tobu, can attest to this fact. That is the quiet type. He doesn't talk at all. Had it not been that day when he was seated by my right-hand side, I never knew he could talk like that. Even though he taught me at the police college. Yes. But that is all that I know. He doesn't talk. So for me to be calling him, no, unless he calls me.
You have a lot of respect for him.
That is correct, Honorable Chair.
And he appeared here and said that the police administration is not being managed properly by the current IGP. What do you have to say to that?
Honorable Chair, as humble and obedient servant as I am, who am I to sit in public and comment about the performance of my IGP or the police administration? I can never pass comment in public like that.
Excuse me. But would you be able to be honest professionally and comment on the performance of the IGP and the police service in camera?
Exactly so.
Well, so if you can comment in camera, then it's a good idea. We would want to hear you on that. So, is it not the case that there are about 19 officers at the inspection unit of the service instead of 4, as alluded to by Commissioner Mensah?
Mr. Chair, in as far as I'm concerned, that statement made by my commissioner was a statement of fact. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Is it the case that there are some officers due for promotion that believe that their promotions are being stifled by the IGP?
Honorable Chair, not quite long ago, I drew your attention to the fact that there are some comments that can be passed in camera, and there are some others that can be passed in public. Any attempt to make any statement in public that will seek to downgrade the very service in which I find myself, I will be doing in public, I will be doing myself more harm than good.
So why didn't you tell the honorable member that lead me not into temptation? You should have just told me and then
I think, Honorable Chairman, for the sake of consistency,
Yes.
you know, the other day I had tried to ask a number of questions bordering on similar issues, but I thought the consensus built was that some of those things be dealt with in camera. And so I think we would have to be consistent here and oblige the witness the opportunity to make some of those disclosures in camera.
Yes. Thank you, Vice Chair. Honorable Boama, please continue.
Chairman, I have just two questions. So the decision is that the question of the performance of the IGP and promotions in camera. Thank you. Were you in Kumawu for the by-election, please?
No, Mr. Chair.
Asen North?
No, Mr. Chair.
That's about all, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. And my brother, who has a lot of understanding on agricultural matters. Yes. Yes. I don't know. I don't know whether you have been penciled as a minister for agri designate. Yes.
Oh, Eric. I think, let me ask Chairman the question.
Are you suggesting
is that an admission that the break the 8th mantra would feel?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
I have to overrule this. You know. Oh, please proceed here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Once you people break at 8, we will continue. Mr. Chairman, my first question to Commander Asare is that your narrative before this committee this morning is gripping but incomplete. You indicated to the committee that Chief Nabu asked you of your opinion about the performance of the IGP. And to quote you, you said, and I told him, is that opinion captured in the audio before the committee?
Honorable Chair, in my earlier statement to the committee, it was clear that the tape is incomplete. Whoever masterminded that tape, which of course you get to know it by the close of day. If not today, maybe, I don't know when the in-camera will take place. But before I sign out, you understand everything. I will end it here.
Sorry. I think
Yes, Honorable Chair.
I asked a very simple question. You have indicated to this committee that Chief Nabu asked you about your opinion on the performance of the current IGP. And you said you told him of your opinion. And I'm asking whether that opinion you expressed is captured in the audio before us or not.
Honorable Chair, this additional information as regards the tape that has been played here in about 3 consecutive occasions, there was nowhere in the tape that this statement was made. And you can allude to that fact. It is a fact. I gave it as an additional information which was not captured in the tape, just to make a point that the tape is doctored.
So you think that when the original tape is found, your opinion relative to the performance of the IGP will be heard in the audio?
For now, I don't know, Honorable Chair.
An opinion on the performance of the IGP to Chief Nabu. You did.
Honorable Chair, that meeting was private and confidential. And in confidential matters or private matters, let me tell you, Honorable Chair, for Christ's sake, supposing every conversation that people have in privacy comes to public domain, I tell you, in a matter of hours, society will come to a halt. If you hear what people talk about you in privacy, you will never come to Parliament again. I'm being honest with you.
Yes.
Yes, in privacy, so many things happen.
Superintendent.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
You are preaching to the converted. And you shouldn't be doing this pontification at all. We are aware. We are aware of what happens in private, you know. But it's asking a very simple question. It's asking that you have said on oath that the tape is doctored and that you expressed an opinion about the performance of the IGP. Is it true or false? That's all he wants to know. That you ever expressed an opinion about the performance of the IGP.
Honorable Chair, that is true.
That is true that you express your opinion about the performance of the IGP to Chief Nabu. Is that what you're saying?
Honorable Chair, that opinion was in response to a question posed to me during the meeting by Chief Bugri Nabu.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
So sometimes say yes and not add more. Yes, please.
And you said to this committee that you cannot repeat the same opinion here because of the cameras. Is that what you're telling us?
Exactly so.
And so the assurance is that if you are given the opportunity, you will do so in camera.
That's correct. That's correct, Honorable Chair.
Chairman, can I just a second?
Oh, a follow-up. Yeah.
Okay.
Superintendent Asare.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
I don't know why you struggle to simplify matters. Is it wrong for a police officer to express an opinion about the performance of his boss or her boss? Is it wrong? Why are you struggling to answer the question?
Honorable Chair, not in public. You can. In privacy, you can. But in public, you cannot.
Ask you a question about area mama. And there's a statement in the audio that is attributed to you. The statement says that, I would like to quote from page 23, Speaker 3, the first one, Speaker 3. Ene, mene nana do wafa ase, se wunim area mama. Or say now, everybody has put a blame on Bediatio. To wait, today, I was with Nanado's niece. You know area mama. She said everybody has put the blame on Bediatio. This is a statement captured in the audio as having been made by you. And when Honorable Tobu asked you about area mama, your answer was that it was a private conversation, and therefore you wouldn't want to make a comment on it. Do you confirm that this is a statement that you made?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
But you cannot disclose the details to this committee because of the cameras. Is that the case?
Honorable Chair, I have not said so.
Okay. Area Mama told you that everybody is imputing the blame on Mr. Bediatu. Is that correct?
That is not correct, Honorable Chair.
You earlier on admitted that you made the statement, and that's what the statement says.
Honorable Chair, yes, indeed, I admitted, but it was a hearsay.
Hearsay from where?
He's dropping. I was somewhere. People were having their conversation, and I also heard it.
Commander Asare, I read the statement being attributed to you, and you said, yes, it is your statement. And that statement says, Ene mene nana adowo fasi, sewunim area mama, or say now everybody has put a blame on Bediatu to wait. Today, I was with Nanado's niece. You know area mama. She said everybody has put the blame on Bediatu. So you are rather telling Bugri Nabu, Chief Nabu, and the COP Mensa of what area mama told you. And so why are you talking about hearsay? Because you are reporting a statement having been made to you by area mama.
Honorable Chair, I do not want to go into the details of this matter because it was a private conversation. It wasn't meant for public consumption.
Commander, I think earlier on, I asked you this question, and you said no. You said no. I asked you whether you said you didn't want to discuss the details here because of the camera. You said no. Do you want to change that answer?
Honorable Chair, I don't remember making that statement. I don't remember. Can take me back well.
You said that, you know. Senior, you should take it easy. You should take it easy and do not confuse an otherwise very good thing you've started. You've told this committee, I've been listening to you critically, you know. Your counsel is here too. And I'm always looking into the eyes of your counsel. That there are certain things about the IGP and the police service that you cannot say on camera. But when we have an in-camera hearing, you'll be able to say it. Do you want to change this narrative?
Honorable Chair, I still stand by that narrative.
That's all. That is where he's taking you. You can see. Yeah.
So you said it was a hearsay, and then you eavesdropped. What does that lead you on to tell us relative to this particular statement? What is the hearsay about this?
Honorable Chair, just as I did indicate earlier, that granted the opportunity to speak to this matter in camera, I am more than prepared to do so.
I just want to look at this issue of hearsay because I drew your attention to an emphatic statement that you have made. And then under oath you have admitted that indeed you made the statement. And then when I asked you further questions relating to the same statement, you said, oh, it was just a hearsay. And I wanted the committee to be very clear in our minds. When we talk about hearsay relative to this, what do you mean?
Honorable Chair, I want to remain on my stance that, granted the opportunity to speak to this issue in camera, I'm ever prepared to do that.
Would you want to withdraw that hearsay comment? Would you want that to be withdrawn or expunged from the records? Because you have earlier on accepted the statement as your own statement. And so there shouldn't be anything like hearsay relative to this. Do you want that to be expunged from the records?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay, so the part of the proceedings in which the witness said the matters concerning Area Mama and Bidietu are hearsay, and what other word was used? And hearsay and what? And eavesdrop are hereby expunged from the record.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, these statements, or particularly this statement, is already in the public domain because of the audio. And everywhere in this country and across the boundaries of our country, everybody now knows that this is a statement that emanated from you. So I was of the view that, looking at the way you've been explaining matters before this committee, you do yourself some good by getting the public to know what exactly transpired relative to this statement. But if you prefer in camera, we'll take it like that and then proceed. Then, just beneath this one, there is another statement. Bediatio and the man are like this, Dampare. He has been the cause of all the problems. So, Alaji, today, I want to hear something good. Commissioner is here, and he's the one, as I've already told you, every policeman, and then it ended. This is also captured in the audio as your own statement. Do you also confirm before this committee that this is your statement?
Honorable Chair, with the greatest of respect, I want to be silent on this issue.
It's whether you confirm, say yes.
That's what he's saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, Superintendent Asari, oh, please confer first. So let the records reflect that Superintendent Asari is conferring with his counsel.
Honorable Chair, we are done.
You done? Superintendent, please, with the greatest of respect, what he's doing with you, if you are not careful, I'm a chairman, I don't have to say the consequence of what we are attempting to do. You know, he's merely bringing to the fore what is on the tape. That's all he's doing. So if you confirm what is on the tape, say so. Yes, I confirm what is on the tape. But to dilate on it, I might want to do it in camera. Simple. But immediately you distance yourself from what is on the tape. So please, the difference is very thin. But be careful. Be very, very careful. So, Honorable, I crave your indulgence if you can ask him the question again to refresh his memory. And, Sophie Nasai, do you want to drink some water? If you are challenged, we can excuse you. But if you want to drink some water, it helps, you know. Yes.
Mr. Chair, I'm okay.
You are okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, Commander Asari, the question was a simple one, a very harmless question. That on page 23, just beneath the first statement that we just talked about, there is another statement that reads, Bediatio and the man are like this. Dampare, he has been the cause of all these problems. So, Alaji, today, I want to hear something good. Commissioner is here, and he is the one. As I have already told you, every policeman, and then it ended. And I asked, do you confirm that this is your statement?
Exactly so, Honorable Chair.
So when you say he has been the cause of all these problems, what specific problems were you talking about?
Honorable Chair, I'm not ready to talk about this matter. I want to reserve my right to remain silent on it.
I know as a trained police officer, you have investigated into several matters, and you are trained on how to conduct investigations and get the relevant information to proceed with whatever you want to do. I hope you do not intend to hide any relevant information that you know from this committee. Is that correct?
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
And so when you indicate that somebody is the cause of all the problems, the name of the person is mentioned. In fact, Bediatio is a very prominent person in the current government. And so if he is the cause of all these problems, do you think that it will not be relevant for us to know the problems that you're talking about?
Honorable Chair, I insist on my earlier response.
Superintendent,
Mr. Chair.
he asked you a very simple question, that you do not intend to conceal material evidence from this committee. And you say yes. To follow up then, what you want to remain silent about? Would it be good to divulge in full and in honesty in camera?
Honorable Chair, with your indulgence, it was a rumor I picked, and I spoke to Alaji about it.
Senior police officer, you are very confident to peddle rumors. Oh.
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
This was a private conversation.
It doesn't matter. You see, I've never met you that we've had a private conversation, but I feel very offended that at your level of experience and intelligence, you'll be peddling rumors to me. We should be above rumors. We do with substance and truth. That's what you should be doing, because the state depends on you, so we can go to bed. Imagine your intelligence on the way we should run the system is on rumors. It's fatal to our security, you don't know. Why are you saying these things? Do you want us to give you a break? Do you need a break? We are not in a hurry. Yeah, you
Not
matter
now.
to us. Do you want to have a break?
Not now, Honorable Chair. Let's proceed.
Sorry, you want to proceed?
Yes.
Okay.
So the rumor was that Mr. Bediatu was the cause of all the problems. Is that the rumor you are talking about?
That is correct, Honorable Chair.
And because it was a rumor, you didn't even bother to know the problems. Is that not the case? Or you know the problems?
Honorable Chair, the rumors have made my position clear, especially when he asked about the performance of the IGP. I told you in camera the statement I made. I will make it known to you. But if it's about the rumor, then it will be a most laborious task. We hear rumors every day. Every day we hear rumors. So if you make it a duty to investigate all rumors, then you'll be in trouble.
What about if you make it a duty to spread rumor?
Superintendent, when you heard the rumor, did you do any verification? Did you take pains to confirm what you heard?
Honorable Chair, it was a social discussion. So I didn't bother to check.
Do you regret peddling the rumor in question, given that you didn't do any verification, but put it out there to the hearing of Chief Bugri Nabu?
Honorable Chair, on hindsight, yes, because I didn't know that they were going to make it public.
Commander Asare, you gave a very insightful explanation about lobbying. And looking at the engagement, clearly you were lobbying Chief Nabu. You wanted Chief Nabu to ensure, to work towards getting COP Mensah, appointed as the IGP. Is that not correct?
Mr. Chair, far from that, that's not correct. It was Chief Bugri Nabu that invited me to his office. And the records are there.
And so when you said
that's a fair I'm sorry. Were you lobbying or not? Oh.
Honorable Chair, that was why I said far from that. I wasn't lobbying for anybody.
You should say so.
So when you said, I want to hear something good, what was this something that you were expecting?
Honorable Chair, it is because he said that the commissioner, that's admirable to almost all the policemen, well respectable, granted the opportunity to be the head of the Ghana Police Service. Policemen will go gay. So basically, that was the feeling I expressed. And it wasn't because of lobbying.
And so, you wanted, as you have already alluded to, COP Mensah to become the IGP. And that is what you were talking about just now. Is that not it?
Granted that, Honorable Chair, granted that he's giving the nod, I'll be happy. And it is worthy of note that every policeman, my good brother and mate, now Honorable Peter, I never knew there was a middle name started by L. My middle name also starts with L, so I didn't know that. Every policeman's dream, like politicians, every politician's dream, if I'm not mistaken, is that one day he will be a minister or a president.
You are mistaken. You are mistaken. Why are you saying these things? You are mistaken.
And in the police service, police constable that has joined the service today, his or her dream is that one day he will be the IGP. So if a whole commissioner who joined the police service as a chartered accountant, yes, he joined the police with that qualification, becomes, now he's a commissioner, becomes the IGP, why not? He will be happy. And some of us who have known, who have worked under him and know his capabilities will also be happy.
Chairman, permission to just help my brother. You know, this is a public hearing. Whatever you say here, the public is listening. Commissioner Mensah didn't join the police as a chartered accountant. That correction ought to be made. The current IGP became a chartered accountant before Commissioner Mensah, and that is how come he became superintendent before Commissioner Mensah. Just a correction for the record. Thank you.
Well noted, Honorable Chair.
And so, when you said, I wanted to hear something good, that good was COP Mensah becoming the IGP. Is that not correct?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And then, on page 24, you indicated, so I should go and look for my white dress. So when you had the assurance, you wanted to be sure, so that you go and prepare your white dress for the celebration. Is that not correct?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Black men, when we hear good news, you'll be in your white apparel.
And the good news is that the current IGP is removed and COP Mensah installed. Is that correct?
The white apparel matter I alluded to. It was made out of the statement, or in response to the statement made by Chief Bugri Nabu. But removal and appointment, you and I do not have any right to do it. It is the sole prerogative of the president.
So you claim that the white dress comment was in response to a statement made by Chief Nabu. What was that statement?
The statement you just made. You just made a statement. Honorable Chair, I can't repeat everything you say here verbatim. Like your verbatim transcription of the audio tape.
What I said
I
was
cannot
that,
do that.
What I said was that you made the white dress comment after Chief Nabu had given you assurance that the current IGP will be removed and your favorite, your brother, your boss, COP Mensah, would be installed. Is that not correct?
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
And so were you not lobbying?
Unless I'm being given a different definition of lobbying, I wouldn't take that as lobbying.
So let me find out. Were you lobbying or you were praying? Which is which? Tell the committee, were you lobbying or you were praying that your friend becomes the IGP?
I was giving,
or hoping?
Honorable Chair, I
Yes.
was given an information, I was happy.
Okay.
I was just asked to make a recommendation to somebody. And I did that. And the person is saying, what he told me, it is going to be done. And I was happy.
Who sent Commissioner Mensah's CV to Chief Nabu?
Honorable Chair, I don't know. As Commissioner himself rightly said, that before he went there with me, he had already gone, some people had already taken him to see Chief. So I will not know.
Did you play any role in the Ayawaso by-election?
Of course, yes.
Specific role did you play?
Honorable Chair, during the Ayawaso West Wogon by-election within the constituency, I was the district commander for East Legon. And Ayawaso West constituency has 11 electoral areas. And I think about 2 or 3, I think 3, Bawaleshi, East Legon, and Christian Center electoral areas fell within the East Legon district out of the 11 electoral areas. And the deployment and everything was done by the regional command. So they decide who should be part of the deployment and who should not be part. So in their wisdom, I wasn't made part of the deployment. But what I remember is that when the confusion erupted at a polling station closer to the NDC candidate's house, my regional commander called me and told me that this is what is happening. This is intel that there was a total confusion at the place I just mentioned. So I should quickly mobilize men and go there. And as humble and obedient servant, there was nothing I could do than to comply. I did exactly that. And when I went there, I used whatever technique that I had to restore calm in the area. That is all that I know about it.
On 19th of February 2019, there was this publication that was made from proceedings of the commission that investigated into the Ayawaso barbarity. East Legon commander lied. Accra Regional Police Commander tells short commission. The Greater Accra Regional Police Commander has dismissed an earlier statement by the East Legon Police Commander, that's you, that he was sidelined during the Ayawaso West Legon by-election. This is a statement made by the Commander DCOP Edusei Sapon.
Thank you, Mr.
What do you say to this?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is my former regional commander. I cannot use a word he lied, but he said, I lied. I didn't hear, but I read it. But what I can say here, for your records, is that I disagree with him.
Did you appear before the commission?
Of course, yes.
And then you said you were sidelined in the by-election. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
You have told us a different story. That your commander charged you with the responsibility relative to the by-election. Is that not what you're saying?
Honorable Chair, maybe you didn't get me right. The statement I made was that the deployment was done at the regional level. And I went further to say that, Ayawaso West Wogon constituency has 11 electoral areas. Yes. And out of this 11, 3 falls within East Legon district, police district. So I was expecting that. I made this statement at the commission that this is my district. A by-election is going to be held here. I am the commander. Then the deployment, you have taken my name out. So at the commission, at the short commission, they inquired as to whether or not, when I saw that my name wasn't in the my name wasn't in the deployment, in the list, did you complain to anybody? And I said yes. If you can still recall, I said yes. I complained to my boss. He was then Chief Superintendent, Mr. Akwesi Fori. And at the commission, I kept referring to him as Akwesi Fori, if you remember. And our former IGP, retired IGP, Mr. Kwesi Achampong, was, correcting me that I should mention his name. He's my senior man. I don't have to just call him Kwesi Fori. And I was doing so because I was going to repeat it here too. Chief Superintendent then Kwesi Fori was my friend. Okay, was my friend. Yes. So that was how I was calling Akwesi. Sometimes I used to call him Akwesi. You see. So if I say that later on The fact that you have not been deployed doesn't mean that you are not working. I am the district commander. I am not part of the exercise. But something is happening. And they have called you. Why? Was I on leave? Was I sick? I was on duty. Something has happened. He may have a very fine reason why he called me to give me that assignment. So that is not to say that I was deployed. The fact that I was not deployed doesn't necessarily mean that should anything untoward happens within your district, you will not go there. That I will not construe it to be deployment, Honorable Chair.
And so when you appeared before the commission and then you spoke under oath that you were sidelined, you spoke the truth. Is that not correct?
When I told the Misort Commission that I was sidelined.
Yes, that was the truth.
Yeah, of course, that was the truth.
And then the then regional commander also appeared and under oath indicated to the commission that you lied. And you are saying that he was being economical with the truth.
Honorable Chair, I want to repeat myself that in the deployment police service, before you go for any operation, they will select men to go and do it. And I was pained in making that statement at the place, at the commission, that I have complained to you at the regional level that I'm the commander there. Why have you taken me out? To the extent that my command car was taken away from me. You understand? If I was part of the exercise, why would I complain? I wasn't part. But after they had done it and something happened, they will call you. It doesn't matter that you were not deployed. You were not part of this. I wasn't part at all. I still stand by the statement I made. I didn't lie. So the statement that I lied, I wouldn't say my master lied, but I would say I disagree with him.
Let's proceed. Now, page 21 of the transcript. Page 21. Down there. There is Speaker 3. You've seen Speaker. Oh, is that Speaker 3? Yes, Speaker 3. Have you seen it? Matisse Enche. Page 21. Na ene minim say yabai commissioner no abai die. Mo de bebo yani wom. Makodi di ma shame white a guho to wait. I've heard that it will not keep long, but today I know that coming here, since the commissioner himself is here, you handle it right. You will handle it right. I have eaten. I have prepared my white attire. This is also captured in the audio as a statement having come from you. Do you confirm this?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
You said to Chief Nabu that you will handle it. What exactly were you talking about? You will handle it. I know because the commissioner is here today, you handle it. What exactly were you talking about when you said you handle it? What was he to handle?
Honorable Chair, as you rightly said, on Chief Bugri Nabu did state that enche krano yebeyino, but what is contained in the tape is enche. That was why initially I said the tape is doctored. Enche, he made a complete statement, an emphatic statement. And as I told you, I will be happy if COP George Alex Mensah is made the IGP.
Then there is this statement. Mete say, page 22, Mete say, Odi bedia tuo kra juma. Eya me say, onka no kre enkyere no. To wait, I heard he reprimanded bedia tuo. It seems he does not tell him the truth. Is this also your statement?
Honorable, I'm happy you furnished us with verbatim transcription of the audio tape. And as you are in no doubt aware, here what I see here is speaker. It could be anybody. So I don't remember. I don't remember making such a statement. I don't remember.
Then page 24. Page 24. Page 24. Alaji, spiritually, you are the controller. This statement is also attributed to you. Do you confirm?
Yes. Let's say yes.
Honorable Chair, yes.
What is the meaning of that statement? Spiritually, you are in control. What is the meaning? You are the controller. What is the meaning? What do you mean?
Honorable, what I meant by that statement is that Chief Bugri Nabu made an emphatic statement that this thing, I just want to quote him verbatim, but it will be difficult. What all that he was trying to say was that this thing, you have to fight it both physically and spiritually. And then he gave us examples, but those examples, people that he helped them fight for the position spiritually, it was a private conversation. I don't want to make it public here. But the spiritual one, he went further to show us which places that he can go. So it was on the premise of this that I made that statement. That Alaji, this one there, you are the boss. Because you made us understand that I didn't even know that when you are fighting for a position, you have to fight it in two ways, both spiritually and physically.
But, Chief Asari, you are a man steeped in religion and Christianity, and you went there for the first time with a prophet who intercedes on your behalf. So what was going through your mind when they were talking about other things in a different spiritual realm?
Fine question, Honorable Chair. Very, very fine question. In fact, as I did indicate, there are so many issues with this tape. So many issues. The one who doctored it actually meant something evil, because this is a conversation that we have had. You see, at one point, okay, all right. What was going through my mind? I said it, but it wasn't captured in the tape. It wasn't captured in the tape. That, Honorable, as for Master, he was there. As for Master, I don't think he would like these things. So he's a staunch Christian. So I don't think he'll buy into this idea of fighting this thing spiritually.
So the spiritually in the context of that discussion was juju or other things?
Honorable Chair, he mentioned some imams that he can help them pray for him. Some imams that he can help them, that can, some imams that can help him in prayers. Yeah, let me put it in a proper perspective.
What were they going to be doing apart from praying for him?
Honorable Chair, for prayers, it is a matter of belief. Me, as a Christian, that's what I believe. That if you conceive it in mind, that the prayer will come into fruition, so shall it be. If your mind is not, it will not work. It will not work. That's my simple understanding of the whole thing.
Honorable Chair, just a second. Superintendent Asari, the son of Chief Bukuru Nabu, Prophet Emmanuel Bukuru Nabu, coincidentally happens to be your spiritual guidance. He's happened to be your spiritual guide. And you go to the father, and the father says, you know, this matter, we have to add spirituality. Why didn't you avail your mind to the fact that this is the father of the prophet speaking?
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair. Alhaji Bugri, Chief Bugri Nabu, gave two, options. Not even option aside. He mentioned two ways that whilst fighting it physically, you can fight it spiritually. And spiritually, myself, I'm in no doubt aware that Commissioner COP George Alex Mensah is a staunch Christian. And we made that statement known to Alhaji. But he insisted that he has to also see some malams. So he recommended about three, that some in the north. Even in his statement, he said it in the tape, and in his evidence in chief to you, he stated it. That some from his village, he mentioned it here. Yes. So it was Chief Bugri Nabu himself that came forth with that suggestion.
Just, you see, Mahatma Gandhi said something one time. He said, I like your Christ, but I don't like your Christians, because your Christians are unlike your Christ. You and Commissioner Mensah are staunch Christians. Lucky enough for Commissioner Mensah, Superintendent Asari has a prophet in the name of Prophet Emmanuel Bugri Nabu. And here's a matter that has come until spirituality has come to play. Did you draw the attention of Commissioner Mensah? Instead of listening to the diversion or the direction of Bugri Nabu, let's use the prophet, because you believe so much in the prophet who happens to be your personal prophet.
Honorable Chair, belief system is relative to people. What you believe in, somebody might not believe in it. So forcing your belief system on somebody, to me, is improper. But this particular one, it was Alhaji. Master knows he is a Christian, and he was well aware that he will resort to his Christian prayers. But in addition to that, Chief Bugri Nabu wanted him to as well allow him to consult some malams for him. Some malams for him. And that was why I said, Alaji, this one there, it is your job, so no problem. You can do it if you can help.
Honorable, do you have a long way to go?
No, please.
Okay, please try and wind up. So we come to Vice.
Grateful, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman. Grateful. You have mentioned 3 things. I just want you to clarify which one is accurate. Earlier on, you indicated that Chief Nabu mentioned some places. And then you came back to say that he mentioned some imams. And then, thirdly, you said he mentioned some malams. Which of the 3 do you stand by?
So, Honorable Chair, I was using them interchangeably. The malams and the imams, they are the same people. The places, they are in places. So I was just using those words interchangeably. Yes.
You mentioned places or imams. Which one?
The imams or the malams, they are in places.
He mentioned their names.
Oh, no, he didn't mention their names, no.
Okay. Did you approve this spiritual thing? Did you approve of it?
Commissioner.
Of it. When the man said you should go the spiritual way, did you approve of it?
I told him you are the controller because I don't believe in those things. But if you insist, then you are the boss.
So you did not approve of it?
I did not approve of it because I don't do those things.
Okay, page 24. Top there, speaker 3. Oh, let's start. Okay, let's start. Alaji, but you know why you will not. I told him you cannot. He doesn't.
Honorable Chair, which place is this?
Page 24 of the transcript. 24. 24. After speaker 3, Alaji, speaker 3, and then Alaji.
Okay.
I read, but you know why you will not. I told him you cannot. He doesn't. Only contrast. You also go spiritual way. And then you responded, speaker 3, okay. What is the meaning of okay here?
Honorable Chair, he was informing me something. And I responded, okay.
Of okay.
The meaning of okay.
Yes. Approved. Now you should go spiritual way. And he said, okay, approved.
Honorable Chair, like I said, that spiritual matter, it was in 2 ways, either Christianity or other faiths. But he insisted, please, Honorable Chair, he insisted that he has some malams, as I use those words interchangeably, or imams. Yes.
Okay. They're the same page, the last one. Alaji, but there are certain things I cannot use my own to do it. You understand me? So that yes, you are working, but you should not sit down and say you are working. This kind of job, like the president, IGP, chief of defense staff, army commander, these are the people controlling most money in the country affairs. And they need spiritually, because if they are going to do this thing, I and you will not be there. And then you remarked, you and I were not there. And then you burst into laughter. Is it your statement, you and I were not there?
That's correct.
Mr. Chairman, this is my last question. Page 25. I thought by now, Alaji, page 25. Alaji, I thought by now you would have come to me so that it will help me Yes, people like you. Let me repeat. I thought by now you would have come back to me so that it will help me. Yes, people like you, like me. People like me. And then you said, okay. What is the meaning of that?
Honorable Chair, this okay attributed to me, I don't understand it, but if I should try, I don't understand it.
I'm done.
Your colleague is not satisfied. So he's requested to ask you one question. Then, Madam, would you want to have your turn? Okay, then we'll come to Madam, because I want to give the virtually the last space to Vice. And then I don't have many questions at all because I started the introduction. So please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for just a question. We are trying to assist the public. Superintendent Asari, if I may be allowed to put it this way, you and your brother, your boss, your preferred candidate for IGP, Commissioner George Mensah, painted a picture that the current Inspector General of Police is not managing the police service well. Is that right?
No, Honorable Chair.
I thought you said if they change him and put your boss there, you'll be very happy. Am I wrong?
Honorable Chair, I've never made a statement here. Change. I've never used the word change today here in Office of Parliament. Change, no.
Okay, but if they appointed Commissioner Mensah, automatically they can't have two IGPs. The current one will be gone, and you'll be very happy. Is that right?
Honorable Chair, because Chief Bugri Nabu, said the current IGP was going to be changed. So it didn't come from any of us.
Can I read just CR 76, Regulation 6, Regulation 6.1 and 6.3, just for the edification of the public, and your comment will be required. Regulation 6.1, the Inspector General of Police is the head of the service and subject to the provisions of Article 202 of the Constitution and to the control and direction of the Council. It is responsible for the operational control and administration of the Ghana Police Service. I just want you to take note of control and direction of the Council. The Council here is talking about the Police Council. Regulation 6.3 says, the Inspector General of Police shall be assisted by the Deputy Inspector General of Police. So here we have the Inspector General of Police in the middle. Below him is the Deputy Inspector General of Police, who is supposed to assist him. Above him is the Police Council. So when you impugn non-performance, on the IGP, by extension, it's an indictment on the Police Council, and the lack of a Deputy Inspector General of Police. Your comment on this, just your personal comment. You are a police officer.
Honorable Chair, I'm surprised to hear this from my brother, Honorable Tu. I've never made a statement here. And in the tape, I never made a comment or statement in it. So I'm surprised to hear this. That I'm impugning somebody's performance. No. If you can play that side for me to hear. Impugning somebody's performance. No. I haven't made that statement.
Superintendent Asari, I only ask for your comment vis-a-vis what the law says. The law says above the IGP there is a Police Council. Below the IGP directly is a Deputy Inspector General of Police who is supposed to provide him with assistance. The IGP doesn't have a deputy, but the IGP has a Police Council. Should anybody impugn the integrity of the performance or capacity of the IGP, do you think that it also be an indictment on the supervisor? That is to say, the police council. I just asked for your honest comment. I didn't say that you said that.
No.
That is enough. That is enough. So let me yield to the only member of parliament who is a female and also a former police officer. So right now, how many police officers have joined us as members of parliament? Only 2 here. Okay. So I think you're going to hear a voice which is not of a male, so you know how to answer questions.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, and sorry for coming late because I had to travel and then I missed my flight as well. Sorry, Commissioner, I have few questions to ask.
Thank you for promoting me to Commissioner. I appreciate it.
Sorry, Superintendent Asare. I want to delve into the conspiracy to remove the IGP. And so I have few things for you to affirm or deny. Is Bugri Nabu, Chief Bugri Nabu, a friend of yours?
No, Honorable Chair.
From the evidence given earlier by Chief Bugri Nabu, you initiated the meeting because you came to him and then introduced Commissioner Mensah to him as someone fit to become an IGP. Is that so?
That is not so, Honorable Chair. In his statement, he told the committee that before he met the two of us in his office, he had already met Commissioner, to the extent that his CV was even given to him. That's Commissioner's CV was given to him. So,
very well. On that said date, per Chief's evidence, you were supposed to meet around 4 p.m. and the message was conveyed through you to the others. But unfortunately, you were the last to come for that meeting. Is it?
Honorable Chair, it is true I was the last to go to his office, but it wasn't others. The people that met to have that conversation in Alaji's office were 3. Myself, Commissioner, and Chief Bugri Nabu were only 3. But I was the last to go there because at a point, I wasn't getting the import. Why so many calls? I didn't know that there was something, there was a danger awaiting me. But my instincts were telling me not to go. Had it not been that Commissioner called me finally, I wouldn't have gone. Because why? I don't need anything from you. Was it so special about this invitation? Calling me 12 times consecutively in a space of 3 hours. What at all was his intention? I didn't know.
Superintendent, you had earlier on agreed with these 2 people to have a meeting. And we all, or you all agreed that we'll be meeting at 4 p.m. So why is it that later you decided not to turn up on time? That's what I wanted to know.
Mr. Chair, that wasn't an agreement. It wasn't an agreement. It wasn't an agreement. that I want to see you come. I don't see that as an agreement. And as I indicated, I was late because my instincts were telling me not to go because the calls were too many. 12 calls.
Did Alhaji call you after the tape has been leaked?
That is correct, Honorable Chair.
And what was his words? Can you tell the committee?
Honorable Chair, after the tape had leaked, I didn't know. Somebody, a friend of mine, called me. I've been hearing your voice on air. Why? Have you had a meeting with somebody that has come out in the public domain? So I asked that the person sends me a copy of it. He sent it to me, and I listened, and it was my voice. There I realized, hey, Alhaji, so was that the reason why he was calling me left, right, center like that?
So when he called, what happened?
So he asked, when Alhaji called, later Alhaji called, Asante. He called me Asante. Asante. I thought maybe he was confusing my name, Asari, for Asante. So I didn't ask any question. Why? Why have you given the thing out? They are playing the tape. Why did you do that? And then I just hung up.
He said he referred to you as Asante.
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 Not Asari.
Not Asari. Asante.
All right. Okay. You proceed.
Asante. So, in fact, because somebody had earlier on called me to tell me this is what has happened, in fact, I wasn't happy. Why do you do this to me? And then later around 10 round and come and ask me, Asante, why have you done this? What is the meaning of all this?
So by your reckoning, Chief Bugri Nabu called the wrong person. Can you deduce that?
That is it. That's correct.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Superintendent Asari, Buri Nabu is on record as having said that when he called you, you actually threatened him. Did you do that?
I have listened carefully to the tape 3 times. 3 times. The one that was played when Chief Bugri Nabu appeared before you. And then the 2 times the tape was played. I listened carefully to it. Bugri Nabu didn't say that when he called me, I threatened him. What he did state was that when he called, I just hung up the phone. And then later on, his son, maybe you can play it again, you hear this one. His son came to tell him, that he said, my son came to tell him that I have threatened him that he will see. That trying to suggest that I threatened him through his son, Prophet Emmanuel Tape Bugri Nabu, but not him directly. That was not what he said, Honorable Chair.
But did you have any discussion with Prophet Buri Nabu after the audio had leaked?
Of course, yes, Honorable Chair.
What did you tell Prophet Buri Nabu after the tape had leaked?
it could be either I called him or he called me, asking me about what has happened. And then he started, initially, he knew or he thought, let me choose my words carefully, he thought it was his father that leaked the tape, that recorded us and leaked the tape. So when he called, he condemned his father for that singular act of his. That you invite people to your office, you record them, and then put it out into the public domain. But later, upon further inquiries, remember I'm a policeman. For investigations, I'm very smart. But that side, when we meet in camera, you will know who did the recording, who were sent by who, and on what promise to who. You will get it when we meet in camera. And you will see that this inquiry that has been set up, it will either be a causing financial loss to the state by somebody.
Yes, my good brother. Why were you trying to tell the committee that you were a good investigator?
I'm sorry, apologies.
Yes, because you can't set your own exams, and then when you finish marking, you want to give yourself a grade. Yeah. Well, I'm only poking fun, but okay, let my sister finish. Then you conclude.
Yeah. Oh, carry on.
Oh, go ahead.
Superintendent, Chief Bugri Nabu informed this committee that wasn't the full tape. You are also alluding to the fact that the tape is doctored. Why do you think somebody would dock that tape? And if so, who do you think would have done this?
Honorable Chair, these are some of the matters that I've promised the committee that I want to do it in camera because it concerns national security. It's a serious matter. I want to do it in camera.
My last question. Let me take you to page 76 of the transcript. I think our last sitting. Mr. Mensah said, Mr. Chairman, my intel suggests that what was used to tape the conversation was done by the current IGP. He sent some people to do it, after which he went for it. So the tape from my intel is with the IGP, and he caused it to be leaked. So if this committee wants the tape, the right person to call blah blah is the IGP. And then I want to know, why do you think Commissioner Mensah will make such a statement?
Honorable Chair, with your indulgence, I also have the same intel. I also have the same intel that yes, I should mention his name. I also have the same intel that that the IGP agreed with Bugri Nabu after Bugri Nabu had gone to inform the IGP that somebody wants your post, so he has come to me. To the extent that that was collected from Commissioner and sent to Bugri Nabu by those boys, they are prepared to come here and testify There are two. They collected it, sent it to Bugri Nabu. Bugri Nabu gave the CV that was intended for the appointing authority. He gave it to the IGP.
Okay, Chairman.
That I would be happy that I say more when I'm in camera, because it is not a healthy development at all.
Chairman, including the two boys. They said two boys.
Two boys. If you could remember, when Alaji called me, he knows my name, Amasari, but God works under mysterious circumstances. I don't know what moved Bugri Nabu into calling me Asante. And this Asante, per our intel, is a corporal or sergeant that has been promoted to go to police college to become an ASP. And this same ASP, it was Mr. Commissioner George Alex Mensah that made him go to the peacekeeping mission. Master, let me say this in camera.
I don't know whether I should put my last question because of the answer you just gave, but let me just play the devil's advocate. If someone says that day you were late because you knew that conversation or that meeting was going to be recorded, what would be your answer to that person?
The person, maybe he was joking, it's not true. How can that be? How can I record myself and put it out in the public domain? I can't do that.
Chairman, thank you. I think I'll be done.
I'm grateful to you, Honorable Member. Now, let's go to the Vice Chairman, who whispered to me privately that he will not write an encyclopedia.
No. Yes. Chairman, I don't have too many questions to ask because Superintendent Asare has given indication that he would want to speak to certain important matters in camera. Most of my questions would have elicited from him answers, or he has already indicated he would want to respond to in camera. So I would oblige him that, but just to seek clarification on a few issues, and then I yield to you, Chairman.
Okay.
Yes. Superintendent Asare.
Mr. Chair.
Let me take you straight to page 22, where you spoke Twi and described someone as area mama. Say what name? Area mama. That's a coded name. You want to...
Mr. Chair, the page again.
So page 23.
23.
Yes, of Exhibit 1. The first paragraph. You described someone as area mama. Say we name area mama. I mean, area mama is a coded name. Who is area mama?
Honorable Chair, that's the name you all know.
You know the real name of area mama?
Not at all, Honorable Chair.
Okay. But where does she work?
To be honest, where she works, I cannot tell. But what I know is that she lives in Wager area. And she's an assemblywoman, whatever. That's what I know.
Now, you made a very emphatic statement in one of your answers to either Peter or Eric, Honorable Peter or Eric, that before you sign off, you say something before this committee. What's that?
The entire proceedings, yes, has come to an end, both in camera and public hearing.
Okay, so you intend that the sign off here should happen in camera?
No. What
the statement you'd make when you are signing off.
Signing off.
Yes.
That when we are done, when the whole proceedings has come to, an end. That I'm talking about my appearance before you.
Today?
No, today and in camera.
Okay.
Superintendent Asare, you earlier stated that you were not going to, in fact, you expressed regret for making the statement to the effect that the DTU does not tell the president what is going on. You express regret for that. Now, let me take you to page 23, where the same DTU featured in a comment you made. The DTU and the man are like this. Dampari. What when you say Bedietuo and the man are like this, Dampari, you want to explain what that means? Page 23.
Honorable Chair, if you can remember, I want to cast your mind back that the tape itself is not correct. Because what is written here, it doesn't even make sense to me.
Senior, don't say that. Don't say that the tape itself is not correct.
Sorry for a want and for better word.
Yes, part of the tape, from your perspective, is not correct. You get the point? Because you said there's been edited and you have also admitted your voice, yeah.
You are right, Honorable Chair. But in my answer to Deputy Chair's question, the statement is even incomplete. The statement is incomplete. So it will be difficult for me to make meaning out of it. In a conversation, so many things happen. You can even make a statement, something will come in and you will even forget what you intended to say. So sorry for that. I can't tell exactly what I meant to say as per what is contained here.
But Superintendent Asare, you keep saying that the tape was doctored. Would you be kind enough to indicate which part of the tape you believe is doctored for the purposes of the committee? Because one of our tasks is to authenticate the audio. So if there are aspects that we believe are doctored, you need to point out so that we take note.
Regarding this exercise, hold on, say. Regarding the exercise of pinpointing which aspects of the tape are doctored and which are not, we need to go and do it and then submit it to us. I know it's going to take us a very long time. So take your time. You have the benefit of lawyers, and then you mark from your perspective where you think it's not valid and where you think, it's very, very valid and correct. So that when we bring you back, which certainly we are going to bring you back, you give it to us. So for now, I do not believe that this is a very good time to go through this laborious exercise, and I'm not going to adjourn like we did before for you to do the comparison. So first of all, you have the benefit of the audio, and you have the benefit of the verbatim reporting, and we'll give you space outside, the proceedings, and take your time and do it. And when we next call you, you bring it to us. We will tender it. Is that okay with you?
Honorable Chair. Yes. I agree that initially I told you the voice in the tape is mine. But there has been some cuts and pieces put together.
That's what we are going to
but
do.
It will be difficult. It was a conversation that we had.
No, it won't be difficult.
Especially this one, this particular one.
Senior,
it is an incomplete statement.
Wait. Take your time. You see, I'm saying that because of challenges of memory, we'll give you the space. Take the audio, take the verbatim reporting, the transcript that you have here, and do a juxtaposition. You know. And then mark it for our benefit. That's all. Yeah. You have the benefit of two lawyers to help you.
Mr. Chair.
No, it's been Sam. My brother, you too. Yes.
Honorable Chair, I think at the last date, when COP was given the same opportunity, we joined his legal team to do that piece of exercise. And I think it's just one area that he complained of. And I'm of the view that if he be given the opportunity, he would be able to explain that particular portion to the chair, so that we don't waste. Yes.
Find something. You see, the last time we did the juxtaposition, it was done. I know that you asked for permission to join them, and when we resumed from break, it was COP Alex Mensah who gave indication as to which portions of the transcript and the audio did not match. So it was his markings that this committee took note of and duly admitted the exhibit and labeled same as Exhibit 1. You see? So my question is, do you also, Council, I need your attention here, do you also want to go along with the indication COP Alex Mensah gave this committee with regards to the portions he marked as not matching well with the audio?
Honorable Chair, what the witness is saying is that there's just one portion of the transcript that he has issues with, and that is what he intends to draw the committee's attention to.
But do you identify with the extensions that were made by Commissioner of Police Mensah? You said when it was not your turn, you took advantage of the winnowing, if you like, and you were part of it together with the lawyers. So would you want to identify with Exhibit 1, which COP Mensah was so clear in his mind that he has validated some and some he doesn't agree? Do you want to do that and then comment on that small bit of Exhibit 1? Is that what you want to do?
Honorable Chair, most of the areas that COP identified were times that he was not present during the meeting, so he wouldn't be able to talk about those areas.
Yeah, so you will not be able to identify with what COP Mensah agreed.
That is so.
But in respect of Exhibit 1, there is an area which you want to comment upon.
That is so.
Okay. How long are you going to make this commentary?
Honorable Chair, I think it will be very brief, maybe.
All right. So let's listen to you. Show us, what page do you have in mind?
I believe page 24.
Page 24.
After, I think the first one is, Then Alhaji says he will come back before June. Yes. According to the witness, the meeting was held on the 19th of June. And for Alhaji to indicate here that someone was coming back before June, it presupposes that this area meant that the meeting was held before June. This portion, as captured in the transcript, suggests that it was in relation to a different meeting apart from the one that he confirms he had with Alhaji and COP Mensah.
So this portion, it doesn't validate. Is that so?
That is so.
Yes, so you earlier stated that you were once district commander of East Legon at the time the Ayawaso West Wagon by-election was conducted. Now, after serving as commander of that particular district, where were you posted to?
Honorable Chair, from East Legon, I was posted to Achimota, my 7th district.
As commander?
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
And from how long did you, spend at Mile 7 as commander?
Honorable Chair, it will be difficult to give the correct date or period.
Roughly 2 years, 1 year?
Yeah, roughly 1 year, let me put it that way.
Okay.
Roughly.
Right. So was it from Mile 7 you now proceeded to the headquarters?
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
You are with the protocol outfit at the headquarters, is that correct?
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
Do you have problems with that?
Honorable, no, far from that. I don't have problem. I don't have authority over transfers.
So you're happy as a protocol officer within the police service?
Happy as in terms of what? My job. Honorable Chair, that's correct. I'm happy. I'm working. Some people don't have job, and I'm working. They've sent me to a place. Why not? I'm happy.
I would yield.
Very good.
Thank you.
Superintendent Asare.
Honorable Chair.
Was it the case that at the time you recommended to Chief Bugre Nabu that Commissioner Mensah is an IGP material? Was he on terminal leave?
As at the time, that is correct. That is correct.
So why did you want to recommend to Chief Bugre Nabu that a man who was almost finished should become the IGP?
Honorable Chair, for me, it is not strange because we've had IGPs who are on contract basis. And that was why I said the appointment of the IGP, it didn't say that you have to be an active or a serving member or somebody who is retired. Because per what the Constitution says, the President in consultation with the Council of State shall appoint the Inspector General of Police. But it didn't specify whether you should be on retirement or you should be in active service.
It seems to me you have a historical record of your profession. Do you know of any IGPs who had retired and were brought back on contract to become IGPs? Or police officers who were retired, I'm sorry, not IGPs.
Mr. Chair, I don't know of any IGP who was on retirement.
I corrected myself. Any retired senior police officer who was then brought back on contract to become an IGP?
I don't have anyone in mind.
Fine. Now, you remember you swore on oath. You remember?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And you understand the full implications of perjury.
That's correct, Honorable Chair.
Very good. Now, let me find out from you. Did you ever appear before the National Investigations Bureau in relation to this same matter?
Honorable Chair, that is correct. Can I continue, Honorable Chair?
You can.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, after the leakage of the, I call it so-called tape, leak tape, I was invited by the National Investigations Bureau, and I went. So when I went there, they interrogated me on this same tape as regards who did the recording, number one. Number two, who leaked it. I told them my side of the story, that I don't know anything about it. And there, an ASP at the police office, at the police headquarters, PID unit, by name ASP Kenneth Asantientwi, the BNI officers asked me, what is the relationship between the two of us? And I told him, I don't even know, I'm hearing the name for the first time. It was later on that I saw the guy, and I said, oh, was it not this guy that was in Accra region or the room? I don't know him. I don't know him. But Commissioner also go there, I went there. But per what I gathered from there, Bugri, after the leakage, Bugri Nabu's special assistant by name SK was picked up in that morning by the NIB officers. And then the secretary was also picked up. And eventually, Chief Bugri Nabu was also invited to the place. These people, per my reliable information, apart from Alhaji Bugri Nabu, who went there and lied as usual. And now, he has lied on several occasions. I have Alhaji Bugri Nabu on tape. Everything he came to say here, on video, in his office, the same office. His relationship with IGP and contracts, 40,000 boots contracts.
My brother, you were very good and said you speak in camera. Have you forgotten yourself? Yes. Ask you a very simple question.
Sorry.
Whether you appear before the
Honorable
NIB.
Chair, sorry.
Okay.
Honorable Chair, I'm
all right.
Sorry.
On this note, I think it is very opportune that a lot of things will happen in camera. And in good time, we'll call you. And all those who matter to do the business in camera. And if I have the permission of members, I want to release a witness. And then we will have an in-house meeting. And then later on, we inform the general public and the press our next agenda date. So Superintendent, this is a private one, but I'm saying it public. Do you intend doing your masters or something whilst you are in the police service? Maybe you want to, expand the boundaries of your knowledge for promotion and the rest of it.
Exactly so, Honorable Chair.
Okay, then please, when you apply, let me know, so that I'll give you assistance. You need to climb up,
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair.
Right now, what I'm seeing is that in the professions, the first degree is not enough. So please push hard and see how you become very relevant for tomorrow. On this friendly note, you are released, but not discharged. Thank you very much.
I'm sure we are grateful.
Yes. We'll crave the indulgence of the press to leave us because we'll come to you later, and if there's any conversation we can have. And anybody who is not part of the committee should also leave us because we want to have a very quick private discussion and we'll proceed. So press, exit the room now, exit now.